Good morning, Nan.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
That's good.
We got our drywall almost all done.
Oh, you do? Nice.
Yeah. But we put it up. Peter's doing the mudding and the taping now.
Wow.
That's a big job.
It's a messy job too.
A very messy job. I'm chief vacuumer.
Still a messy job, but less messy. Gets rid of all the dust and crap.
I think it's in the air, you know?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Places we drywall, they're like 10,000 square feet, and you could be dusting or doing drywalling on one side of the house, and inevitably, on the other side of the house, you still find drywall dust.
Of course.
And then our normal homes, which for us is about 1,500 square feet, it's easy done.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
All right. Righty. Special out of town guest joining us today. There's Karen. There's Ann. Others will join later. Kirsten's just making herself look beautiful. Actually, she doesn't have to do that, but she's joining us, getting her stuff on. Sunday fun day is about to get underway. All ready to get started and enjoy great exercise today. Woo! All right, to get started, we're going to come to the center part of our mats and bring the sides of our feet to the sides of our mat. Step the big toes in so there's a pronouncement of the heels sticking outward. Let's take an opportunity now to take the ball of each big toe and kind of push it into the mat. And if you feel inspired to do so, you can lift the baby toes off the mat so that inward rotation of the foot itself is going to bring some straightness to the legs. It's unbend the knees as best you can. And then start to hollow out and pull in from the belly and then rise through the spine and also through the head as you draw your shoulders up to the ears. Turn your palms to face backwards today. Now, I'd like you to take your shoulder blades and pull them out and away from the body. And to do that, let's just imagine the elbow having a slight break. You're going to use the elbows to pull the shoulder joint out. As you feel the expansion of the chest and activation of the muscles of the back, we're going to now flip around and sweep back the hands, making the arms nice and long. As you inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. And as you exhale, pull your butt back and let your upper body just fold down, find its own way. Enjoy this nice lengthening through the back. As you inhale, extend to a flat back. And then as you exhale, body fold back down. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, fold and hold. Now let's get some registration of balance. And what I mean by that is in your feet. I'd like you to pull your butt backwards. So you feel like you might topple. And then I want you to get a feeling of what's going on in your foot. Where's the weight? And then let's transfer the weight forward by keeping the knees locked out and drifting forward until you feel the front part of the foot getting more weighted than the back. And then find balance between those 2 points. And then when you have that, inhale to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfold. Keeping the balance of weight in the feet nice and distributed equally. Reach the hands to the sky as you inhale. As you exhale, fold it all the way down again and position yourself in plank. All right. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, I'd like you to hollow out the belly, like pull it up and into the spine. And then while you keep that activation real, pull your butt upwards and backwards to down dog. And then as you release your next breath, bring both knees down onto the mat and walk your hands back so you're in a quadruped or on all fours. To align this, let's look down and make sure that your wrists are slightly forward of the shoulders. You can walk them outward if you need to. And then let's make your knees as best you can directly under the hips. So there'd be like a 90-degree bend in hips. And let's rock and roll front to back. And much the same way we did with our foot, getting the balance equal, find the balance equal of 4 points, the 2 knees and the 2 hands. And then once you've got that, let the head just kind of drift towards the earth. And then take the center of the spine and pull it to the sky. And then hollow out that belly. Pull high to the sky. Spine. And let's release this breath and push your chest through your arms. Take the back of the head and the tailbone and pull those skyward. And then hollow out the belly. Feel that tug, if you will. That lower core, the belly region. Hollow out a little more if you can. And then let the head dangle. Center spine pulls high to the sky. Tailbone's tucking under this time. And then exhale, push chest, earth, back of head and tailbone. Rotate skyward. Hollow out that tummy. Keep the tummy following out. Just walk the hands forward, and then as you unbend the knees, come back into plank. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Step left and right foot forward. Widen the feet to the width of the mat as you inhale, extend to a flat back. Find the balance front to back in the feet. Get the balance, sweep the arms to the sky as you unfold. Separate your fingers widely and use them to pull everything skyward. Big breath in, and as you release it, let the hands fall. Shake out your arms. Enjoy a little bit. Sunday fun day is getting underway. Done a little bit of warm up. We're going to continue to warm as we start to bring more effort into this whole thing. Let's take your butt, pull it backwards. As you bring your hands onto hips, I'd like you to also hollow out the belly. Nice. Now, take your elbows and squeeze them together. And then if in the process of doing that, you've seen your chin kind of crane forward, I'd like you to take the back of the head and pull it to the sky. Nice. Now take your big breath in, decompress the spine, let it all kind of lengthen, and the neck too. And as you release the breath, keep the spine decompressed and release the hands off your hips and bring them straight forward. Drift the weight back. Now we're going to find a little bit of imbalance, but with purpose. Purpose is to kind of load more of our posterior or back muscles, legs. Drift back a little more. Use the hands to kind of catch you. Reach forward more. Let the sockets of the shoulders just extend forward as you pull the arms straight. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, hold in this spot. On the next breath, raise the arms. And then as you release this breath, fold back down. Letting the spine C-curve. Let it flex. And then inhale, come to extending the back. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. And then sweep your arms out to the side as you rise and reach skyward. Separate the fingers, pull high. Exhale, relax the arms and shake them out. All right, let's take the left foot, step it backwards. Let's find a good separation between left and right side so we're not walking on a rail per se. We're going to use some specific location of joints. I'd like you to take the knee and drift it backwards so that the heel is forward of the knee. And on your back foot, if you can, let's try to take the heel and aim it up at the sky. And then I'd like you to push with the, push up onto the toes and then drive the back heel towards the earth and then push up onto the toes and then drive down. Let's do this a few more times. You might notice a little bit of burning starting to form through that right side, and that's fine. That's what we're trying to target right now. Activating that calf, lower leg muscles. Now let's hold up, take the body, lean it in, and if you can, bring a relative straightness to that front leg. Let's take that that front heel and pull it to the back foot. So it's a kind of a diagonal pull. As you pull in, get that nice activation. To add to this, if you want a little more enjoyment, I ask you to lean in a little more, and let's hold on that. I have my hands in my hips. You can have them over hearts. We're going to add a little bit more intensity as we build on this. We're going to extend the hands forward. You can remain with hands where we had them previously. You find this a little too daunting. Now, as you inhale this time, raise the hands. And as you exhale, bring hands over heart and step the back foot forward. Let's go see the opposite side. Let's take a little visit. All right, so left knee drips behind left heel, right heel is aiming up at the sky, right heel drives to the earth, and then we come up under the toes. Hands heart, hands hips, whatever you prefer. Leaning forward. You should have a slight forward lean. It doesn't have to be pronounced now. We'll progress on that a little bit as we go. Just the same as we did the opposite side. Lily's making friends with everybody. Well, you're not searching for a place to do something, are you? That would be a question. All right, let's hold heel up. I know Kirsten's getting bored, so we got to move on. All right, now making sure we have a relatively straight front leg. We're going to lean in a little more. Beautiful. Now take that left heel, and I'd like you to try to diagonally pull it towards the right foot. And as you feel that activation, try to keep it, like it's not letting go. You want that activation. Let's extend the hands forward. Adding on to this, as you inhale, raise the arms. As you exhale, bring hands over heart and step the back foot forward. First exercise is done. Yes, good morning. Push your hands to the sky. Exhale, fold. Come down to fingers on the mat, then hands as you step the feet back into plank. Let's hover low. And let's push back up. Let's pull the hips up and back to down dog. We're going to create a little movement here, a little bit yasa. Down, low, push up. Pull hips up and back. Coming back to plank. Hover low. Push back up. Hips up and back down dog. You go at your own pace. Just a few more times. It's good coordination, core training, all that other good blah, blah, blah stuff. As you pull your hips up and back this time, let's everyone meet down dog. Push high into the tippy toes. Drive both heels to the earth. And then step left and right foot forward. Widen the stance to the edges of the mat as you inhale. Extend to a flat back. As you exhale, let's drift those hips back. Let's begin to descend our butt towards the earth by bending through both knees. Let's step both hands inside the feet. And let's try to tabletop the back. So we have to bring extension to that spine of ours. Let's make sure the heads come into the party. So pull the back of the head to the sky. Now step each hand, palm that is, onto your shins. Let's drift back a little more, almost to the point of topple. And then push the palms into the shins. As you extend the spine, try to bend through the hips a little more. Nice. Now, keeping that highly prone-like position. We're leaning in greater. A lot of flexion in this. Let's release the palms off the shins. As you open the hands to face forward, sweep the arms backwards. Now, the chop point here is the hips. So all of the other joints are remaining right where they are. Same angle. As we unfold, it's only opening through the hips. Take the hands, sweep them forward. Now, sink down and rise up. We're going to squat it out a little bit. Be patient with your body, but if you can, try to find more depth, more range of motion. Give yourself that opportunity today. All right, down lower, rise all the way up, and then down lower, and rise, and oscillate between these 2 points again, you control the rate. You've got this, right? Separate the fingers wide and sink a little lower with each movement if you can. You want to open up these hips. You got to get those muscles lengthening out. That's all we're doing here. One more time down. We're going to hold. Raise the arms as you inhale. Exhale, stand tall. Reach for the sky. Hold it down. Step it back, plank. Consider another exercise. Done. Hover low or not, as Karen says, and push back up. Pull up and back to down dog. Step both feet forward. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Step your feet out wide, wide, wide. Inhale, extend. Sweep the arms out to the side as you rise up with back nice and extended. Separate the fingers and pull, pull, pull everything to the sky. Exhale, release the arms. How are we doing? Good. Still got everyone with us. Nice. Now, let's bring our hands on the hips, and I'd like you to push your right hip sideways. Then we're going to draw it backwards just ever so slightly. If you can now, I'd like you, without moving, so it's isometric, try to push the heel away from the back into the body on a diagonal. And then come back, center. Left hip pushes out. Sweep it backwards. You know it's not an opening of the hip. It's just a simple draw backwards. We're targeting a very specific muscle here. Take the left heel, push it away from the body. So it's like pushing on a diagonal backwards. And then so we come back up to center. Take the hands, bring them up all the way. Interlock the fingers if you can, and then pull, pull, pull. Now, with the fingers interlocked, let's take the upper body and begin to deviate off the midline. So we're just extending sideways, or your best version of sideways. Once again, we're going to take the right hip and push it out and then draw it backwards. We're going to spiral open the right shoulder to the sky. Push the heel towards the back diagonally. You can hear my breathing change a little bit. I'm feeling this. Come back up, center, opposite side. Feeling it. And that posterior chain right over the hip. I'm lengthening, pushing, pronouncing that heel, making an effort to push it back. As you come back up, inhale. As you exhale, fold. Have a seat. Lie it down. As we come down onto your mats, I'm going to remain seated because the mic doesn't work well when I get down on the ground. But for you,
Your lovely model next to you will demonstrate.
my lovely model next to me will demonstrate. I think everyone heard you set me up for that line too, but it's all right. All right, let's lie down, lovely model. Oh, well, now that we've got rid of Kirsten, let's talk trash about her. Okay. You're gonna keep the legs extended out nice and straight. You're gonna take your arms, you're gonna put them right up above your chest. And we're gonna work on our shoulder blade positioning. So I'd like you to pull everything skyward. So the arms and fingers are pulling up. You can almost feel the ridge of part of the shoulder blade connected to your mat. And maybe not, maybe you're already on a flat part, but we're gonna bring the rest of the shoulder blade back to the mat by taking the shoulders and pulling them into the mat. And feel the sensation on the skin, of course, of how that changes and what that feels like. And I'm going to ask you to keep that feeling because we like feelings. Good feelings, right? As you keep that, we're going to take the elbows and then drop them down onto your mat, directly out from the arms, from the shoulders. So you're almost like a field goal lying down on the ground. You're going to take your forearms and then sweep them backwards. And then you're going to bring them back up and then let them sweep forwards. And while we move our arms as such, I'm going to remind you to connect with your shoulder blades. Remember that feeling I asked you to feel and to keep? Try to keep that as the arms rotate forward and back. It's going to feel like a lot of work. These are smaller muscles that help stabilize your shoulder. Should feel like, well, for some it might feel like massage, for others it might feel like hard work because it's really working these smaller muscles. And then everyone meet in the field goal position, arms are up. You're going to push the hands back to the sky. And then you're going to take your palms and turn them to the face. Then you're going to bring your hands together like you're making a little bit of a clap. And then you're going to extend the arms all the way out, right beside you, kind of like you're making a cross. And come back up, palms come together. And then extend all the way out. Yes, it's nice. Those are muscles that involve shoulders, believe it or not. So inhale, you're extending down to the ground. And as you're exhaling, you're bringing your hands back together. And you continue on that for a few more breaths. And everyone, let's meet with the hands in the up position. Bringing some work back to the body. I'm going to separate the hands about shoulder width. Palms are still facing. And then you're going to drop your chin into your chest. And then slowly peel each vertebrae of your spine up and off the mat. So it's a Pilates style sit-up. That's what we're really doing. And then we're going to drop the fingers down. We're going to diving them down towards the feet. We let flexion come into the spine. We want to feel that nice pull, which is really a stretch, of course. Pull back. Try to push the fingers forward a little more. Take a couple breaths. And then slowly keeping the C curve in the spine, almost like you want to imprint each vertebrae, starting at the base, down on the mat that you're rolling back down onto. Slow, slow, slow. You can use assistance. Some of us don't have that rectus abdominis strength, but we'll find it by exercising that muscle. As you descend all the way down, bring the hands, sweep them all the way back. Arms are long. Feel that nice stretch and lengthening through that whole front system of muscles. Bring the hands back over chest. Drop the chin into that chest as you peel one at a time. One vertebrae, up, 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 slowly. Dive the hands all the way through, but that nice lengthening of that back, feel good on your body. Of course, you're taking this wherever's best for you. You know me. Sorry, you know you better than I know you, right? Holding out for another breath. And then slowly rise back up. Keep the curve in the spine. Let everything kind of drift forward. Following out the belly as we lower down. One vertebrae at a time. As we arrive on the mat, we're flattening out those shoulder blades of ours as we bring the hands up and then overhead, reach all the way back. Point the toes this time. Use them to pull the lower body away from the middle and use the upper body to pull away from the middle. Two sides pulling opposite as you inhale. On the exhale, bring the feet back into flexion. Drop the chin, bring the hands into play as the arms start to reach forward. One vertebrae at a time, peel it up. Guide it down. Push all the way through and enjoy that movement. We're articulating some of the lumbar spine when we do this. Get those joints active, get those muscles stronger. As you inhale, take it back down to the mat. You know how to go there, right? Yes. Finally get a yes. Someone knows what we're doing here. All right, extend the hands above the head, point the toes, pull opposites. Inhale, make it long, get as long as you can. As you're making it long, pull the belly into the spine. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back over the chest, drop the chin in and come all the way up. We're coming back into a staff pose this time. Our legs are extended. We widen out the stance so they're a little wider. Your feet are a little wider than hips. Now, patterns of behavior are always present in what we do every day. It's imprinted in the brain. So we're going to work on imprinting something new that's beneficial, that's decompressing of our spine. As we push the chest forward, I like you to bring your fingers into fists, thumbs pointing up at the sky, and then kind of bring those hands onto your ribs. You're going to take your elbows and pull them in towards the spine. As you do so, I like to make the chest nice and proud. And more important, I like to pull the back, the head upward and then pull it backwards. So you feel big activation across the shoulders, expansion through the chest. As you take the next breath in, push the arms forward, open the hands, reach forward. Let the shoulders drift forward this time. We're kind of reaching and rounding for the back. I like you to kind of make a little
This is
articulation.
good. I'm good at this.
Yeah, this is fun. This is what we practice for behavior pretty much every day. Lots of spinal flexion, lots of forward drift of the shoulders. Now we're going to reverse this. This is kind of reverse training, right? We're going to take the hands this time. We're going to make them into fists, thumbs pointing at the sky. As we bring the hands back to the chest, we're going to make the spine long. We're going to do that thing with the head up and back. We're going to take the elbows and squeeze them together. Beautiful. Take a big breath in, hollow out the belly. Exhale, push the hands forward, let it all drift forward, reach it, flex it. Reaching arms, flexing spine, enjoying. Take a big breath in, hollow out that belly. Exhale, fingers to fists, hands pull back, hands to ribs, proud chest, head pulling up and back, squeeze those elbows, hold as you breathe. And as you release the next breath, we're going to come back to Pilates style and extend the hands forward, let the chin drop in. C-curve the spine, lots of flexion, one vertebrae at a time, coming down. Beautiful. Then let's take left and right leg, lift them up and position the heels over hips. Oh, hands can come over hard beside your body. You want something to do with your hands? I got something to do with your hands. All right. So your feet are extending straight up and your legs are straight into the air. Heels are pointing high to the sky. Your tailbone, your lower back. We're going to try to find a balance between the two. What I'm asking you to do is just to feel a certain type of sensation, which is the lower back making its connection with the earth. So what we're going to do with the legs straight, you're going to start to pull your legs towards your upper body. And I want you to feel when that lower back of yours makes a connection to the mat. Did you find it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, I'd like you to hollow out your tummy right now. And I'd like you to kind of imagine, even though I would never do this to you, imagine I was going to drop a bowling ball on your belly. And how you would protect yourself if you were seeing that about to happen. Now you've got those muscles engaged. We're going to try to keep the lumbar, that lower back, that sensation you're feeling right now, connected to the mat. We're trying to keep that as we begin to lower the legs towards the earth. And we're going to protect the belly because we've activated those muscles, keeping strong. We're adding more load into that, but we also have some hip flexors. Now, without taking the legs all the way down, I just want you to find a spot where you feel there's a lot of work. And then we're going to raise up the shoulders. So we're kind of flexing the spine. We're going to reach the arms forward so they're kind of past the legs. This is like another Pilates style work here. We're going to start to flap the arms up and down. And as you do so, I'd like you to imagine the sternum is continually being pulled towards the legs as the legs jut out from the body, probably at about a 45-degree angle, not exactly. You should feel a little bit of burning going on. What do you feel like, Kirsten?
My midsection.
In your midsection, yeah. So your serratus, the muscles that run off your ribs, and also that abdominal muscle. I see hardly working. Try to move the hands faster. Try to pull up higher. And try to push the legs out more. Try to hollow out the belly while you're doing all that. Lots of stuff going on. Take the next breath in, and as you release it, relax everything. Pull your knees up and into the chest. It's going to bring a lot more flexion to the hips. And then we're going to take your forehead up to the knee and rock front to back. Progress the rock, make it deeper, make it more. Go forward and back, forward and back. And then when you're ready, rock up into a seated position. Extend the legs all the way out. I'm sorry I missed that. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. Separating the feet, about hip width apart. So extension is pointing the toes away. Let's extend the toes right now. So feel a nice little pull over the top part of the foot. Enjoy that. You know, when we sit, our ankles are in flexion pretty much all day. So they those muscles take a big beating. A lot of people's movement issues aren't really related to hips, although that's where it feels sore. It's related to your feet, and how they actually function or malfunction or dysfunction. So we're just going to kind of relieve some of those little muscles. You might feel the shin muscle having a nice little stretch. This is often a good stretch to do at the desk. Where you can basically take your foot, cross over the leg, if you can get it there, and then just simply pull the foot into a nice length. So we're just manually doing this by pointing the toes. Now, let's make the chest nice and proud. Let's begin to bring flexion back to the feet. And let's bring hands over heart. You notice that when I talk these positions, other muscles are hard at work, right? Because we have like a very, yes, dear, we have a lot of muscle going on.
Okay, what's next?
What's next? Well, sometimes boredom is a good thing for muscle development. So without completely boring everybody, we're going to make the chest nice and proud, right? So we have hands over heart. We're going to take the palms, we're going to begin to push into each other. And I want you to be mindful to avoid the inward rotation of the shoulders. So we're going to expand through the chest as the hands push together. And then we're going to extend the arms out. Beautiful. As we keep the momentum of the hands pushing inward, and that nice internal activation muscle. Now we're going to do something similar to what we did on the mat. We're going to take the elbows up, shoulder height, open them up, and then open the palms. Nice. Now, lower the forearms down and raise them back up. And just oscillate between the 2 points. Again, we're back on these shoulders. Yeah. Kirsten loves doing shoulder work.
Because I need it.
If we were on Instagram Live, that would be a big heart. All right, so we make sure the elbows aren't drifting down. We're going to keep them high. We're going to level out their forearms so they run parallel to the earth right now. And then we're going to push the hands forward, bring the thumbs together. So we have a nice separation of all the fingers. Just a touch of the tips of the thumbs. We're going to push the shoulders forward, and then we're going to draw the shoulders back, and then we're going to sweep the arms wide. We're going to pull with the pinky. Back, 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 back. We're going to hold. Palms flip to the sky. Are you still enjoying the staff pose? Make that chest nice and proud and hollow out that belly as you sweep the arms to the sky. Beautiful. We're going to come out of this now. Hands over hearts and Pilates style back to your mat. When you're down there, pull the knees up and into the chest. Bring your forehead up to meet the knees. Squeeze the legs together so we have that internal activation. So those inner thigh muscles should be working now. With the forehead still pulling in towards the knees, let's rock and roll front to back, but keep the legs squeezing together. And then progress that rock, make it bigger.
Like it. It's not padded enough.
It's not padded enough. And then we're going to, and then we're going to roll up to a seated position again. I'm going to cross my legs. You can sweep your legs around. We're going to come into plank pose. So I'm going to roll over and then step my legs back. You can sweep around. We're all going to get there. Make the legs nice and straight. Drive the heels towards the earth. Let the chest kind of drop into the arms. Take the back of the head, pull it to the sky, but keep the chest dropping into the arms. Pull your belly up into the spine. Take the knees and float them just above the earth. So you're bending a nice pull on the bottom side of your foot. Again, more stretching for those feet of ours. Knees lower and legs straighten. Keep going on this. To intensify that stretch, imagine the heels are pushing backwards and you have a slight push from the arms back in towards the back side of the body. So you're like pushing back as the heels drive back. Now, everyone meet in plank. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. Step the left foot, right foot forward. There's no rest for the wicked, Kirsten. What are you talking about? Stepping wide to the edges of the mat. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Arms sweep to the sky as you unfold, come all the way back up. Oh, I can see everyone's lovely face. Good morning, everybody. Reach for the sky. And relax the arms down, pull the shoulders up to the ears. Once you've arrived in that down position, hold them up. Take the palms, open them forward. Take the thumbs and spiral them backwards. Feel that nice activation across the upper back. Sweep the arms back with arms continuing to grow, feeling long. As you inhale, imagine you're decompressing the spine. So each and every vertebra of the spine pulling up to the sky, almost like you had a suction cup on the top of your head, pulling up without craning the neck. It's a normal pattern of behavior. People that sit, drive, do all these other things where our heads can literally fall off our bodies. Making it nice and long, take a big breath in, let the arms sweep forward, reach to the sky again. Pull, 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 everything, lengthening. And as you exhale, bring hands over heart. Take the left foot, lift it up and into the air. So we're balancing. So that left foot is really our left leg, of course. Now, step that foot down. Find center on foot. Remember, we practiced this earlier. Bring the right knee up. I'm a little less stable on this side than the previous injury, but I never will get there.
Sounds like an excuse.
It's just an excuse. That's the one I'm running with. We're switching to the opposite side.
I love doing balance. Me too, because I'm better than Sean.
And then switch sides.
Put that on to
We are.
good.
Let's take the right foot down. As we begin to progress this, we're going to take the knee up and extend the hands up to the sky. Giving our nervous system a little bit of shakiness, but that's all right. We'll figure this out. Hands heart, foot steps down. We got the movement now, right? As the knee raises, the arms push to the sky. We're going to progress this even further. Hands heart, switching up, pushing up, extending the leg up, coming back down, stepping it down. Continue adding on to this. Now, the next segment of this is we're going to keep the knee up as we bring hands back over heart. We're going to hip hinge and extend the right leg back. I'm on my left side. You could do this on any side you like. We're going to do it on both. If you want to really amp this up, extend the arms forward. Whoops. And then bring hands over heart. Come back up to standing, opposite side. Hip hinge, yeah. Just getting my balance figured out. So that leg is driving back as we extend the arms forward. If you want to bring that on, and then hands over heart, back up to standing. Hands push to the sky. Pull everything skyward. So I catch my breath. Pull the butt back. Half forward fold. To keep on those glutes and hamstrings. We've been working them. You're going to spiral your thumbs up to the sky. So your palms are pointing away from the body. Pull the arms long. Make the chest proud, but hollow out the belly. Pull the head to the sky, the back bit. Take a big inhale. Drift the hips back and use as much weight bearing as you can in the heels. Now, cantilever. Sweep the arms forward. Pull back even more if you can. Keep that belly pulling up and into the spine. Take a big breath in, and as you release it, pull it down. Take it down to the mat. We're going to finish up with some nice stretching for our body. One of my favorite stretches when everyone's down. We're going to lie down. I'll hold the mic in my hand so it doesn't vary in my shoulder. We pull our feet in towards our butts. I like you to kind of reposition your shoulder blades. We did this earlier, so you know how to get it down and get solid connection all the way across. There's a muscle that's, on top of the shoulder blades, and you can feel that middle part of the shoulder blade on the earth.
pretty much where you need it. All right, let's take the right leg, cross it over the left. It's one of Kirsten's things. Really a great stretch. It really works a lot of the lateral or side body muscles, like your feet up and you sit for long periods of time. Now, as I begin to talk this, I want you to reposition legs so the knees are as close together as you can get them. Since we crossed right over left, we're going to use the right leg now. And we can begin to rotate the right leg externally, which means that the left knee is going to start pulling down to your mat. We don't want it to come upon the mat. We just want it to create an opportunity for tension, which is really muscle lengthening in this case, over the left hip. If you begin to feel a pull over that left hip, and you're right in the spot where you need to be. And add on the progression being this, the next 7 left hand, arm up into the sky. You're gonna let that left shoulder lift off the earth as you reach high, and you're gonna keep that left shoulder off that mat of yours as you extend the left arm backwards. Open the hands, face skyward, and open the fingers, and then use those fingers to pull the hand, arm, and shoulder towards back on the diagonal. So it's not straight back. The arm is right by your ear. It's on the spot. You have to put a 45-degree angle away from that head. Right leg pulls left to earth without touching. Left hand reaching back. Make it long. You're going to try and grow out of this whole position by using the hand and arm to pull the upper body away from the lower body. As you release your next breath, roll back onto that side. You're going to uncross one side, cross it over, palms away. Find that balance on the back, reposition your body. Sometimes it's pulled down so you can have the opportunity to do it. Take our left. Begin to pull the right leg towards the left side of the body. Didn't mention the feet for the first time, but basically the ball of your big toe and the heel are like 2 hinge points of the foot. So make sure they're connected to your mat. As we begin to pull down, we begin to enjoy nice lengthening to the right side. Let's find the progression to this. Reach the right arm up and into the sky. Separate the fingers widely and then diagonally reach. Begin that pull. A lot of times with a stretch, people just going to lower the arm and expect that stretch may not be sufficient for most, but if you want, you're going to find more length with these side bodies. I urge you to reach the fingers backwards, like you're trying to grab $1 million bill slightly behind you. And if that's not motivation enough, make it 2. One's laughing.
1 million is good for me.
1 million is good for sure. All right, now come back up. Finding that nice extension. We're going to extend. Sorry, we're going to find some nice extension by taking the legs and walking them back forward. We're going to get there in 1 second. And then we're going to take the toes and point them towards away from the body as we extend the arms all the way back. So we're going to extend opposites. Toes pulling feet, pulling legs out of those hips. Fingers pulling arms, pulling upper body. Find that nice deep compression through the whole body. Hollow out the belly. Beautiful. And we're back with feet. Fire our butts. So both knees tense. We're going to find that lumbar, lower back. I like you to kind of take your tailbone and tuck it underneath you. Feel the lower back nice and connected to your mat. You're going to take the right foot onto the left body. Now we're going to go to Kirsten's stretch that she so dearly wanted, called figure 4. We're going to take the left leg and begin to pull it in. That lumbar connection. We're going to keep that. We're going to find the intensity here by moving through the hip socket as opposed to flexing or extending the spine. Spine and low back on the floor. Find the depth here by using the legs. Find the range of motion in the hip. All right, let's return the right to left foot back down. Position over onto the right side. So find that left foot anchored on thigh. I like to reach through on one side and wrap around the other with my hands. You can do whatever you prefer. Begin to pull the right leg into the body. Remember that lumbar connection, just the neutral spine. When we work on release, all the rest of your body. So if you feel like you're getting tension in the neck or the other area, you need to let that release. Condition muscle. Condition something. Next breath, let's see back down on the earth. Let's extend the legs all the way out and let's pull opposites again. Find that nice decompression through your whole body, fingers and toes pulling from the center away from the center. Everything just collapses to the earth, let your legs fall to the sides of your legs, arms just relax. Bring it back up to sitting down by rotating the toes to face the sky. When it come up Pilates style, let's bring the hands to the sky. Drop the chin into the chest. Peel up one vertebrae at a time. Dive it down for one final stretch of that low back. And as you come back up to seated, let's bring our hands over hearts. And let me thank you for your amazing participation today, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
for coming.
High five.
Cheers. High five.
High five, Kara. Oh. Just like.
Hello, Anne.
I'm saying hi to Ann.
She did earlier.
You have to look at the
Karen,
camera. Hey, Ann, how are you?
I'm good. You're looking wonderful.
Oh, well, I have a bit of hot tub hair from last night. Me too.
Hot tub there.
It looks great. Karen, I want to email you because Peter and I are going to Glasgow and Edinburgh, and I think you were there.
Oh, yeah.
So either you or Rick can give us a few spots to see. That would be great.
Oh, definitely. Oh my God, you're gonna love it. You're gonna
Yeah.
love it. How are you traveling? Are you renting a car?
I think so. Yeah.
We did it in a motorhome.
I know. It looked fantastic.
Oh my God, it was so awesome. Yeah, so email me. Do you have Rick's email? Because he
I'm pretty sure we do because I think he and Peter are in touch, but I will do that. I got to
Yeah.
run right now because our neighbors are coming over for coffee. We're getting ready to leave PEI, so these are our last days. So
Oh, have fun.
yeah.
Have fun. It's been
Anyway,
fun.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank
you. Take care.
Thanks, Anne.
Bye, Kirsten. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
Sean, that